Hello students, this is the second part of the story, The Blue Bead. In the previous video, we were introduced to the crocodile, how majestic it was, how huge it was, a good description and the circumstances surrounding its birth, its eating habit. We were also introduced to the other main character, that is Sibia. We came to know how poor she was, that the only thing she owned uh, was a rag that was torn into two to make a skirt and a sari. We have a description of her, and also she is called as an immature child woman with her ebony hair and great eyes. We know how poor she is because she had never owned even an anna, nor a piece, nor a pie. She didn't even have enough money to buy a handful of blown glass beads or thin glass bangles that the man kept on a stick. But that didn't mean that she didn't know what good things were in life. Let us find more about Sibia in this part. I'm in page number 95. She knew what finery was, though. She had been with her parents and brothers all through the jungle to the little town at the railhead where there was this bazaar. And she had walked through all the milling people and the dogs and monkeys full of fleas, the idling, gossiping, bargaining humanity, spitting beetle juice, heard the bell of a sacred bull clonking as he lumped along through the dust and hubbub. So she might be poor, but she knew what finery was. Finery means children, clothes, jewels that are expensive and beautiful. She may not be able to buy them, but she knew what good things in life were. How did she come to know all these things? Where did she see them? Yes, she had been with her parents and brothers all through the jungle to the little town at the railhead where there was this bazaar. So what is a railhead, children? A point on a railroad at which traffic may originate or terminate. Yes, she had been to a bazaar at the railhead. That's how she had seen good things. What had she seen in this bazaar, children? Yes, she had walked through all the milling people. Let me show a glimpse of a bazaar, typical bazaar. So she had seen she had walked through the bazaar. She had seen the milling people, so many people walking about here and there in a confused mass, dogs, monkeys, which were full of fleas. And she had also seen the sacred bull clonking as he lumped along. What do you mean by clonking, children? Making a dull, hollow, thumping sound. Lumped means moved noisily and clumsily. What does fleas mean here, children? Fleas, small, wingless, jumping insect which feeds on the blood of mammals and birds. So she had been to this bazaar where she had seen people milling about, walking here and there in a confused mass. She had seen dogs and monkeys full of fleas. These people idling about without any aim, without any work, just passing around this bazaar, gossiping. Gossiping means talking about other people behind their back and bargain. So there were so many people bargaining for things and also spitting beetle juice. And she had seen also the bull, the sacred bull, walking, making hollow thumping sound and moving very noisily when it walked along through the dust and hubbub. So this is a bazaar filled with dust and hubbub. What do you mean by hubbub, children? A situation in which there is much noise, confusion, excitement, and activity. So she knows what a bazaar is, what good things are in life. She had been there with her parents and brothers. In the bazaar, while she is walking about, what does she do next? She had paused, amazed, before the sweetmeat stall to gaze at the brilliant honey confections abuzz with dust and flies. Yes, she had stopped briefly in front of a sweetmeat stall. How did she stand there? Amazed, because she was astonished, astounded, greatly surprised to see all those sweets. She was gazing at them, look intently or steadily at the brilliant honey confections. Yes, she was looking at those bright colored sweets, which were very attractive. Abuzz with dust and flies. Yes, the stall is not, it's not like our Asha sweets or Kanti sweets. So here it is in an open field, the sweet stall. So naturally the sweets are covered with dust and flies are circling around it, making a sound, a buzz, to be filled with a low continuous sound. They smelled wonderful. They means here the sweet. Their sweet smell wonderful. Above the smells of drains, humanity, and cigarettes, the whole bazaar was filled with foul smell. There was smell of drains, cheap cigarettes, but this aroma coming from the sweet stall overpowered all those smells coming from the drains and cheap cigarettes and unhygienic people. At home, she sometimes tasted wild honey or crunched the syrup out of a stalk of sugar cane. But these sweets were green and magenta. What does this show about Sibia? How poor they were. She had never tasted sweets from the sweetmeat stall. The only sweet she knew was the wild honey, which is abundantly available in the jungle, and from the syrup that she crushed out of a stalk of sugar cane. These were the only sweets that she had known. But why is she attracted towards this sweet stall? Can you see? Because there were sweets which were in different colors like green and magenta. Can you see the bazaar, children? The bull and the sweet stall. Let us go back to the text. I'm in page number 96. Then there was the cloth stall, stacked with great rolls of new cotton cloth, stamped at the edge with the maker's sign of a tiger's head, and smelling so wonderful of its dressing straight from the mills that Sibia could have stood by it all day. Now she has gone to the bazaar. First she stood in front of a sweetmeat stall. Next she went to a cloth stall. Just as when we go to a mall, we go from shop to shop. Here also she is going from one stall to another. Her next stop is in front of a cloth stall. What did she find there? Yes, she found their cloth stall filled with great rolls of new cotton cloth. I will show the picture of that, children, here. Can you see it here? Yes, that is the one. So she saw great rolls of new cotton cloth stamped at the edge with the maker's sign of a tiger's head. So these cloth rolls at the edge had the mark of the company. Here the makers. Who are the makers? Here the symbol is a tiger's head, just like we have Levi's jeans like that. So here this cloth also is a branded one, and the maker sign is a tiger's head, and smelling so wonderful of its dressing. Yes, it has come straight from the mill, so it is so wonderful. The smell is so wonderful. It has come straight from the mills that Sibia could have stood by it all day if nobody disturbed her. She wished that she could stay there the whole of the day. If she didn't have any other work, she could have stood there the whole day. But there were other wonders to see. Satin sewn with real silver thread, tin trays from Birmingham, and a sari which had got chips of looking glass embroidered into the border. These are not the only wonders that she saw in the bazaar. There were many other wonders to be seen. What were the other wonders that she saw in the bazaar? Satin sewn, pronunciation SCWN, means sewn. Here it means stitched. She saw different, like just we have different materials like silk, cotton. She saw one material like satin, which was stitched with real silver thread. Tin trays from Birmingham. Let me show the pictures here, children. So can you see here? This is a tin tray from, we have steel trays, glass trays. This is a tin tray from Birmingham, and a sari which had got chips of looking glass embroidered into the border. She saw also saris, okay, which had glass embroidery in the borders. I hope you can see the picture here. Yes. She joined in. What did she do next? She joined the crowd around a Kashmiri traveling merchant on his way to the bungalows. So next, many people were following a Kashmiri merchant who was on his way to the bungalow. She joined them. What was he doing? He was showing dawn-colored silks that poured like cream. Now she has seen satin material. Now she is seeing some material. What? Dawn-colored silks. Yes, the color is dawn-colored. That poured like cream. See how nicely the texture is explained. And he had got a little locked chest with turquoises and opals in it. So he's a rich merchant walking about. So she is following to see what he has got. And in a locked chest, chest means box. What did he have? Why had he kept it locked? Because it has precious stones like turquoises and opals. I hope you can see it here, children. Turquoises and opals. Best of all, a box, when you pressed it, a bell tinkled and a yellow woolen chicken jumped out. But what was the best sight for Sibia, which she saw with the Kashmiri merchant, where a box was there? When one pressed it, a bell tinkled, a bell rung, and a yellow woolen chicken jumped out. This was the best sight for Sibia. There was no end to the wonders of the world. Yes, she found that there are many other wonders to be found. She found that was not the end of the wonders that she saw in the bazaar. But note the contrast. But Sibia, in all her life, from birth to death, was marked for work. Since she could toddle, she had husked corn and gathered sticks and put dung to dry and cooked and weeded and carried and fetched water and cut grass for fodder. Please mark this paragraph, children. See, she knew, but what was her fate? She was destined from birth to death as if for work. It was as if from the moment she was born, the only thing she could do was work. She was fated, destined to work from birth to death, because from the moment she could toddle, walk with unsteady steps. Toddle means walk with unsteady steps. From the moment she could walk, she has been working. She had husked corn. Husked corn means remove the outer covering, a husk from the corn, and gathered sticks. Why does she need to gather sticks? For fuel. They didn't have a gas house like us. So she had to gather sticks and put dung to dry. I will show the picture of that, children. See, this is the put dung to dry means they use it to light a fire. It will be quicker. So, and put dung to dry and cooked and weeded. Weeded means remove unwanted plants, and carried and fetched water and cut grass for fodder. For whom is the grass required? Fodder is the food, dried hay for cattle and other livestock. So from the moment she could toddle, walk, she has been doing all kinds of work that usually an adult woman does. Now I hope you can relate why she is called as a child woman. She is 12, but still she is doing all the works of a woman. And why is she called immature? Because she is still 12. She is still childish and she is still innocent. Hence, we can call her as an immature child woman. Let us go to the next paragraph. She was going with her mother and some other woman now to get paper grass from the cliffs above the river. Where is she going now? See, she's going with her mother and other woman to get paper grass. What is paper grass? It is a raw material to be given to the paper mills. So they were all going to get paper grass. Where? From where? From the cliffs above the river. What do you mean by cliffs? A high area of land with a very steep side. So they have to climb a very steep cliff above the river. They have to climb. When you had enough of it, you could take it down by bullock cart to the railhead and sell it to the agent who would arrange for its dispatch to the paper mills. So once they had gone there to the cliff to collect the paper grass, once they had enough of it, what would they do? They would come down, take it by bullock cart to the railhead. We have already told what a railhead is, and sell it to the agent who would arrange for its dispatch to the paper mills. Yes, they are the ones who are collecting these. Sibia, other women and her mother go to the cliffs, collect the paper grass, come down and sell it to an agent who will arrange for it to be sent to the paper mills. The women often toiled all day at this work, and the agent sat on silk cushions smoking a hookah. Let me show the picture of it. See, these women worked so hard from morning till evening in harsh weather conditions, climbing steep cliffs. But who is enjoying reaping the benefits of all their hard work? It is the agent who sat on silk cushions smoking a hookah. This is the picture of a hookah, children. What is a hookah? A tobacco pipe with a long flexible tube which draws the smoke through water contained in a bowl. Did you see the picture? So he is enjoying, he is in a lap of luxury, whereas these women toil so hard. Such thoughts did not trouble Sibia, however, as she skipped along with her sickle and homemade hay fork beside her mother. The other women complained that they are the ones who have to toil so hard, and the agent is the one who is reaping the benefits of their hard labor. But Sibia didn't worry about all such things. So what did she do? She was skipping along with her sickle and homemade hay fork. Let me show the picture for you. So why is a hay fork and a sickle needed? Once they collect, she needs the sickle to cut the paper grass and the hay fork to collect the grass. So she skipped along with her sickle and homemade hay fork with her mother next to her. You could skip on the way out, but not on the way back when you ached with tiredness and there was a great load to carry. So while going to the cliff, because they don't have any load to carry, one could skip along, jump along, walk. But while returning, they can't skip along because they're too tired. Their body is filled with body pain, aches, with tiredness, and because there was a load to carry. Only now she can enjoy the luxury of skipping along the way to the cliff, but she doesn't have the same luxury while returning. I hope you saw the picture of the sickle and the hay fork. Now, let us go to the next paragraph, page number 97. Some of the women were wearing necklaces made out of lal lal bigis, the shiny scarlet seeds, black one end that grew everywhere in the jungle. It was best to have new necklaces each year instead of last year's faded ones, and Sibia was making one too. How nice it was going to be to hear that rattling swish round her neck as she froused along with lots of necklaces. But each seed, hard as stone, had to be drilled with a red-hot needle, and the family needle was snapped. So she must wait till they could buy another. So there are, while Sibia is going along with her mother, other women have joined them. So now we have a brief description of the jewelry when worn by these women. Some of these women, they were wearing necklaces. What kind of necklaces, children? They were wearing necklaces made out of lal lal bigis, the shiny scarlet seeds. Let me show the picture here. Yes, these are called scarlet seeds. In Kannada, it is called as gulganji. The shiny scarlet seeds, black one end. Can you see the black one end, children? Black one end that grew everywhere in the jungle. So what do you know about this now? So they're wearing jewelry from materials available abundantly in the jungle. They don't go to shops and buy. They make their own jewelry from the materials available. And it was best to have new necklaces each year instead of last year's faded ones. So they thought it best that every year they should make new necklaces because they would fade very quickly. And Sibia was making one too. She was also making one necklace. How nice it was going to be here to hear that rattling swish around her neck. Yes, she wished to wear necklaces which would make rattling swish. What do you mean by rattling, children? Lively. Swish means a light sweeping or brushing sound. Yes, she wished to hear that swish of the necklace when she walked about as she froused along with lots of necklaces. She wished to hear that. But the problem was, but each seed, hard as stone, had to be drilled with a red hot needle. See, these seeds are very hard. They had to drill a hole. And what did they use to drill a hole? They used needles. So when it became red hot, they had to drill. But the problem was the family needle was snapped. The needle was broken. So she must wait till they could buy another to buy another. So they're so poor. Another example for us, how poor they were, the family of Sibia, that she couldn't even make necklace from the available materials in the jungle because the seeds were so hard that they had to be drilled with red hot needle, and the family's needle was broken and they had to wait for another year to buy a needle. Oh, for strings and strings of glass and beads, anklets, earrings, nose rings, bangles, all the gorgeous dazzle of the bazaar, all her little golden body decorated. What did she wish for at that moment? Yes, she wished that she could have strings and strings of glass and beads, of anklets, what? Earrings, nose string, bangles, all the gorgeous dazzle of the bazaar. She wished that she could have all the gorgeous dazzle of the bazaar on her little body. What do you mean by gorgeous dazzle, children? Reference to the beautiful and bright jewelry made of glass and beads. Whatever was available in the bazaar, she wished that she could decorate her golden body with all those dazzling things from the bazaar. Children, we will end here. So what did we learn today? We have more description about Sibia, how her, what is more important in this part is her visit to the market. What did she see in the market? What did she see in the sweetmeat stall and the cloth stall? And then the most important paragraph, okay, how she was marked from birth to death, what kind of work she did from since when she was young. What were they, where were they going now? To collect paper grass. And we have a description of the women going to collect the paper grass, what kind of necklaces they wore. Children, please go through the text once again. Please mark the important words, write down the meanings, take out a dictionary or go to the workbook. You find all the meanings in page number 161, 162 and 163. Please, so what is a recap for you? Yes, crocodile's description, circumstances surrounding its birth, its food habits, Sibia's description, her poverty, then how she was, her visit to the market. See you in the next class.